Hello everyone, greetings from Munich, Germany. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the founder and the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. And in this video, I would like to discuss with you how to overcome a relationship anxiety. Well, first of all, let's determine what does it mean to have a relationship anxiety. What does it mean to feel anxious, to feel comprehensive when you start dating someone new? Feeling relationship anxiety means feeling the physical need to be constantly reassured that everything is good, that the lady or man really likes you, that he or she still wants to see you. You need constant validation that you're liked, that you're doing everything right, that you are important and the other party wants to continue getting to know you better, to date you. Of course, the feeling of anxiety usually goes in circles or in spirals, so you can feel like super excited, super happy, you can really like the lady you have just met, and you can feel really confident that the feeling is mutual and probably she's the one, but then the next day you feel really down. You feel so insecure, so unhappy, you feel miserable, and you feel like she's not the one, and you start looking for faults that, oh, she said this or she said that, and you didn't even find her beautiful enough to start with, so your feelings are all over the place. You feel excited the one day, you feel totally crushed the other day. What to do? First of all, it is really important to label your anxiety, to know that from time to time you can get anxious, and if you know this habit of yours, then you can actually stop yourself and give yourself a minute to think, why am I acting out right now? Why do I feel so upset? Was there actually a reason for me to feel this upset and this miserable? Okay, you had a fantastic date with her and you have spent 3 hours in total together. Even if she has decided not to see you again, you knew her for 3 hours, and to be so upset right now, to feel so miserable, to hate all women, to hate yourself, to hate dating and Tinder or the other way you have met her. Well, of course, we are all human beings and it doesn't feel good to be rejected. Nobody wants to feel rejected, but it's inevitable. When you start dating, when you enter the dating market, from time to time people will say no to you. So even if after a fantastic date and you think it was fantastic, she has decided not to go out with you again, there is no real reason to feel so upset or so miserable. Okay, you have labeled your anxiety. You know that from time to time you can get unreasonably upset or unreasonably angry or a little bit too clingy. For example, you had a fantastic date with a lady and now you feel this need to constantly text her, to talk to her, to see her straight away, and you hope that the feeling is mutual, and you get really upset and turned off if you don't see the same reaction from her side. For example, she is not bombing you with all the text messages and she is not proclaiming her feelings to you yet. If you know that you can fall for this mistake, that you can have this habit, stop yourself from acting. Before acting out, ask yourself, am I acting logical, or am I letting my anxiety take the lead and actually act out? Because you can scare even the most interested woman off by texting her too much and by showing this unhealthy, strong interest if you just had one date. Or for example, another scenario, you have been out on 2 or 3 dates and you have been texting in between, and for example, she's not returning your call or she's not returning your text, or for example, you have written her like a long message, or you have shared a story, or you have asked her a few questions and she has answered you like with one line message, or for example, just okay, or something like she will text you later, and you get very upset. Again, stop yourself from acting straight away. Think about this whole situation before you act out, before you do something drastic. Is there a real reason to be so upset? Perhaps she's just busy. Maybe she will answer all your questions in the evening. Maybe she will text you back in the evening or call you back in the evening. Distract yourself with something. Don't let your imagination go wild. If she hasn't replied you straight away, it doesn't mean that she has lost interest. Well, life is busy. She can be busy. She can be in the sore mood, and maybe she is waiting for the evening to take a long hot shower and then to text you back. Of course, it's not nice to ignore messages like for 12 hours or for 24 hours, because when the other party, the other person is important to you, you try your best, you do your best to find that free moment to actually text back. But you know, it is life, and it might have happened that in the evening she felt so tired that she didn't have the time and the energy to text you back straight away. Maybe she will text you back in the morning, and perhaps you will wake up to see her message on the screen. But if she hasn't been answering you the whole morning, the whole evening, then again the whole morning, well, of course it can be the signal that she has lost interest. And again, you can ask yourself a question: did you do something drastic, something to trigger such reaction? Did you do anything wrong? Because, well, not so long ago, our client has actually asked a lady about Botox. He asked her, what do you think about Botox? And the lady, her reaction was a bit too strong, because she has reacted really negatively. She has asked him, like, why are you asking such questions? Of course, not the smoothest move. I don't recommend to ask such questions. Well, obviously the lady has overreacted, but he has triggered her. Well, maybe that morning she has woken up, she looked in the mirror, and she didn't like what she saw exactly on that morning, or she saw the first wrinkle. Again, we're all human beings. So if you didn't do anything drastically stupid, if you didn't trigger her with a certain very insensitive question or photo or something else, then it means that her reaction has everything to do with her and not with you. Maybe she has decided not to date at all. Perhaps she has met someone better or changed her mind. Okay, you know her for how many hours in total? You can calculate it in hours. It will make sense easier. So if in total you know her for less than 24 hours, is it really worth it to be so upset? You know, you can always choose how to react. You can choose your behavior. Instead of choosing a toxic type of behavior, instead of calling her names or labeling her not serious, not decent, etc., you can actually give yourself some time to calm down and to think it over. Am I overreacting right now? Is my reaction even logical? Is it smart? It is normal to have feelings, and once you build a lasting, strong relationship, you can talk to your partner and express how you feel when, for example, she is not returning your text straight away, or, for example, if she is not calling you back straight away, and you can have this conversation. But if you will have this conversation after 2 or 3 dates, or even after a month of dating, you can come up as someone insecure and clingy. And this feeling of being clingy and insecure, it's the opposite of being sexy and flirty. And at the early stage of a relationship, you don't want to send these vibes that you are not a secure person. You can actually control how you act to certain situations, certain circumstances. And of course, the lady you date, your partner, she will pay attention to your reaction, and you will pay attention to her reactions, and it can actually determine whether she will decide to continue dating you, whether she will find you reliable enough, whether she will find you healthy enough, your approach healthy enough to continue building a relationship with you. Because if you overreact, if your reaction is so toxic to a simple text message that she has returned 3 hours later and not straight away, how will you react when a person will make a mistake? And we all make mistakes, it's inevitable. You can't date someone and avoid small or bigger mistakes. So of course it is important to see your reaction, to watch your reaction. And if you don't take it under control, you will scare off all the secure people with a healthy approach to dating. Guys, I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to press like, to subscribe to our channel, and of course you can always support us by becoming a sponsor. And if you have any questions and stories to share, you can always email them to me to Svetlana@Diolli.com or write them in the comments below this video. I wish you lots of love. Svetlana Moha, especially for Diolli.com from Munich, Germany.